And if I never to show, which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor? What kind of nonsense is this? And now Kwasia 70, many are just smart work what I say. Where's who or bow a year Igbo hine? But you know I'm going to I never was the same no. So you're smart in the toda are going to say, dear Naya Nekamu, I have honored you, I have titled you, Gifty Adriana Musu, some funu, or for some song. Kasia and Kolani Ukruma. That captain's about 3 say you are going to us weighing shit out now. One of my grenades as I want to say, what nonsense kingdom is that? You come to people's land, you disrespect them. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell? If you were a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. Interior minister, if it's possible, deport him, let him go to his country. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos.
Na abusia Okatakyie Afrifa mensa abobo na adwen ede ache Nigeria Igbo hene no se papa no on shut up no on tena ne ba bi nwe no efi se onye ohene se ne a odi etu no ho no efi se oye leader esono leader ana esono o se oye ohene na papa no ano anakoyi nika ewo ni video mu se omo Nigerians na ewo Ghana ha no omo ba besi eye one of the biggest empire ahimfie ba ko bi
acquire 250 plots of land. My reason of acquiring this land is to build Igbo village in Ghana. I call it Amandi Igbo in Ghana.
Omo kwatwe mu nuanom Nigerians fo no kura samba beka na cheso omo bedi o man kronkron Ghana abeboso Okatakyie Afrifa nso akere na adwen ewo ho na me be play videos ni bi ede akere ye frame Dan Kwasi Prince aha daily video so message so ba no subscribe no share na busia no etimi akoso akodani bi family videos ni nsem ni bi ede ebebro no. This episode is probably brought to you by Yes You Can Cyber Secure esuapon no ewo US na empanifo se omo ye practical cyber security JRCIT audit training ede amo bibiara registration no free baby a wohwe mi free baby a wotie mi free bia no fa ho cyber security adesua we mu na kwaje ntitiye ewo cyber security fundamentals bi say frameworks standard laws and regulation empanifo se hu hia se ubenya ICT background bi ye beto omobo ase a kire onimde e wo cyber security ho a uwie a anase uwie practical training na ye be ma scholarship ye be ma certificate ye be ma wadwumaso modern boy ye service assistance in so empanifo sand better ato the amount registration link no e wo comment section as click so na register for free na bibia no entimi enimu abusia yamra yesem ne so na ene na nsani Nigeria Igbo hene a obo ne ho safo hene so oyo hene edema Nigeria Nigeria this year wo oman kronkron magana mu an aye fe no easy chuku di Jude papa yi aneda school isuwe ne papa yi oginidin pa na nansani ni video bia beto tentan kese ne so a papa yi ejiri mu se omo Nigerians fo na ewo ha no omo besi one of the biggest empire ewo Africa omo beto to Ghana ye street ni bi omo Nigeria fo ekasa na se Nigerian penimfo ni bi din omo wi a Nigeria fo ni bi abekan ho. By
as I'm talking to you, I've acquired 50 acres of land, that is 250 plots of land along the Flower Road, that is at Old Ningo area. But along that road, it's right on the road. I acquired 250 plots of land. My reason of acquiring this land is to build Igbo village in Ghana. I call it Amandi Igbo in Ghana. We'll build a village where we're gonna build the palace of Igbo there, a huge palace. We'll build Igbo town hall there with about 2,000 capacity chairs and 100 rooms guest house. The essence of this guest house is most of the times our governors and our Igbo great leaders do come to Ghana. You know, they always go with their entourage. If they come to Ghana, their entourage will see where they will lodge for free of charge. Maybe for a day or two. Most of their visits, it doesn't take more than 48 hours.
Now, you would have Sam George. Or no, Anna or ye Mrashebedwani de maningo pram constituency na bekasa say papa ne de yenumdua na odwa ahemfonso a ewo ningo pram empeso asonso akere madwen.
We are not welcoming such kingdom to Ningo enclave, and that is the main reason for the press conference, because nobody in Ghana can welcome such kingdom. And there is no way any kingdom should be established on our land while we have our kingdom already.
Na afe na edu Okatakyie Afrifa so ana o chirem se papa na obo ne ho safo hene se oyo hene no onye ohene o leader na somewhere 2013 ana yeto papa ne so aba Nigerians community na ewo Ghana ha no enkran ha no yeto ne so aba so onye leader eni enim na den na leader ase obo ho safo hene se Uyo hene.
And if I never to so.
Fanebra.
And I drew her now, I come from Makatri. Because I want him to hear what we are saying. We are a nation of laws. And we are very courageous people. We are not people that can be walked over anyhow, anytime. You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria, time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikruma? Now I want to build my easy one, and to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. School Ben will call your friend more doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him. Which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor?
Fire no.
We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming impulsive. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, young go back in the Shadia. 1970. 69 year Tuaba. And he had the Buzia, a buy. Buzia by an Ekufuado Papa. Ekufuado Papa, and a executive secretary, a president. And a Buzia prime minister. No yen no buy no say. Ghana no Nigeria for na Giafa. Sasa time Nkrumah no say ne one Africa ne de bende. Etiane ye bode ye bie ne sa na Nigeria for ne. Me no ka say Accra New Town. Wa manyini kakra. Ne fra Lagos Town. Meboa. Mo tran kan nya sa na ne fra. If say na Lagos of Nigeria for nyina age wafa. Emre bia atwam wo fi udu o kan hye ne ho awanya dia o ma no mo businesses wo ho o mo ye anwuma pa no yi kwofo ne kakra bi ne aka nyina Nigeria fo ana ye ne ade na busia ba no se dia bi the economy na kwa kodi eye Nigeria fo ne nsem for which reason there must be some policies that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people. Precisely. And what was aliens compliance order. Yeah, near twisty history. Now, as the word says, aliens compliance order. Now, it wasn't an expulsion order. Say, it's a biomun sorin kwane sa mon sorin ko. Uye obati yeso, ye pamo Nigeria for so monko. Ya ne kan pamo Nigeria for. Busi aban ne say. Mo ye ne ade ade mo ba bet ji o man no. Accra New Town, mo friend Lagos Town. Businesses in nyina maji. Nemo we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, Wakoye no kofa aliens compliance order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Mo free baby aba. Mo be comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the aliens compliance. It is about now my mudia. And the amrane war my we are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Buzia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people. Thereby introducing aliens compliance order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian.
Exactly. So
the whole motive of the aliens compliance order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens. Precisely. Why you near the Buzia was okay, say me mamobre a certain duration of time. For which some mobile na a follow compliance. Compare open citizenship wa kokopebi. Say open green a wine a stay no kokopebi. Sometimes Nigeria for no ajo mine na no mo dwen se busi edi ago. Ebra ye de ma wo mo se wo mo nya ne ade no mo antimi anye. No say this mo follow dia all of you vamus. Precisely. No pamo wo mo. It's a aliens compliance order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that or sorry and was munina mon sorry kumku. One more time was a monfanya bibi near there. Na mon corner immigration for and documentum. After you did more so munyani and a buzia, a pamu, almost any monko. Nagana for hunto. Since then, yanena mua ba ye mutala time a Nigeria president ye obetwemu 1982. Satam oil boom ya ba ma Nigeria no ye bibia ho ne yi. Ana Ghana for ni nyina kwa agegi. If say na Nigeria for na ni akohwe oil no so ye friend Dutch disease no. Omo di economy ni be bebre no. Na omo mpe. teaching, any artisanal in one year, no more pay. And to a more year near the deck, and the Korea say, Ghana for a teacher for, Ghana for a mason for, Ghana for artisans in Ghana for Nigeria. Nana Ghana for teacher for no bene. Eti wamo kodia na Nigeria for to mean competing with them. Eti by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. Ya ne the high life by no mesua. Nyaman bebre ya ne the ko no mesua. Hip life is start free. As on to start free ni no mesua. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Omo so ye no omo se mo baji enwuma dia. And Ghana must go. Late 1982. No omo pamo Ghana fo nyina ha. And nkonti ma agu ye so. Nearby. Since then, we've all come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country. And we woke up one day. A certain individual called Igbo Deben Ken. Dr. Izzy Deben. All of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made a king of Igbos. And for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even assassin also they build the kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claiming I have bought lands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land. There is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And then if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people, a settler community, there is nothing wrong with it. I was so be your hinia. Ya what the constitution it children were your hine. You will be Article 277. Who is a chief in this country? Nemo Miyansha Article 2661. Or see no interest in land. Dani Izumi. Now so Kramam for Nekami. Or she be ana. Dani Izumi no Mukami. We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in the say, my create any interest in land and more freehold interest. Freehold in the say word forever and ever. What's BBS so Constitution Article 2661 was no interest in land in or right over any land in Ghana shall be created which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana. Exactly. So by building kingdom. Then we are assassin. Me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It's kingdom no building or day. Now that if I go to near reading here, so which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way. Because when the assassin be through any other sublease agreement, you are supposed to seek permission from a the go problem. So the kingdom will build the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution. Obi be sit down here. Or here permit from the assembly. After what say, I'm going to build a kingdom and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from a year the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people. And what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion. Exactly. When you impose yourself on the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation. And even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And then there's a video that this guy came to answer. And if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a history. In 63 of the Chieftaincy Act, that is Act 759. What it says, if somebody is not a chief and the person calls himself a chief, it is an offense. Per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. A person who acts or performs the functions of a chief, when that person is not qualified to act, being a chief assumes a position that the person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. And we are not timid and call cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Asantis, because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point. For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chinedu in KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you were a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of Debe and Debe. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families. So where are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought in any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance, as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief. Don't do this. We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally. All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the interior minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. An Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. He shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, Gifty. Carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land.
Abusia Okatakyie Afrifa ensem ni bi no no a. And now make us say the fresh snake akora no. I started campaign a watch on say Nigeria must go. O say Nigeria fo e wo Ghana ha nyina no mo nsesa mo nkuku no mo nkaka enko yehia mo ha ni nyina mo no medical de ho ama ne boni bi e de abrewa afi na di Okatakyie nso no nso afa yesterday bia ne ensem no we breaking it down papa no you good brutal na ensem ni bi no a ne nyina mo no madweta ho kakra de abrewa because so de ene di papa ensem na chi na de better phone bi aba no nso no ye be ma hwefo ni etiefo message so ba no subscribe no share na busuya na timi akoso akese before meja mekrama me yakono Charistic Company Limited Zaman capsules no kwadi bi obi a eye sexual weakness low sperm count ya de okoto afade no aka nzu otuto ya wono eka no ho sa na osasa bro hu ba bia mfanfa wadru ene Zaman capsules na zamesha ne zaji capsules no yoba na ohwemia edum fiti kwachi aya na oti ya oti pains edrui be ya obi afi ho na watumi adon infertility ulcer prostate problems ya de bone ya wampa no ekira kwa mpa edru tatahwe amfa nka na beka watofo begu animu asikwaji bi infertility bi bia no edrui ebeyi nka bone bi afi ho yoba na ohwemia bacteria si bia beji ni pedua ne contention infection no wadru ene zamesha ne zaji capsules na indoi amaboso FDA awema dia to me say you open do to akọ pharmacy eba sosa onsa ebe company fundu bi e from Dan Kwesi Prince Macau.